The Shannon Sharp lawsuit is over, settled, done, behind him, over. Now, does that mean that Tony Busby and allegedly Jane Doe Gabrielle Zaninga's case fell apart? Did they get their ass kicked behind the scenes? Or did Shorty catch a lick? When I say a lick, we talking about millions of dollars. We'll go through it. We'll discuss it. We'll chop that fable. We also got some very, very disturbing news going around the internet related to Tee Grizzley. Internet and media scouring accusations of Tee Grizzley allegedly impregnating his aunt and then having her set up to be killed. Disgusting allegations, nasty, nasty allegations. A lot of us have already seen old interviews and know the story of, his aunt passing that night in the hood when he got up out the car, went to a crib and she was in the car and then the unfortunate situation happened. We'll take a look at that. We also got a bunch of other news going on this morning. We got more Troy Ave. You see Troy Ave back in the thumbnail. He's now being investigated. We're not going to spend too much time there. I just got a take of something that we learned from seeing a situation like that. And Troy Ave did respond. Okay, Troy Ave made a post about this situation. We're going to bring that up too. What else do we got going on? We got more Nikki Minaj updates. She ain't playing, huh? Like, she wants dude from TDE really investigated. And I think a lot of it is also, of course, tied to her press against Roc Nation. That situation could get very, very ugly. Actually, I think it will. I shouldn't even say it could. I think it will get very, very nasty. We got some updates from a verdict reached in regards to Cash Out's case. Remember, we brought him up. The Atlanta rapper, he had that hit single, and he got brought up on charges for like sex trafficking and all types of stuff. So a verdict was reached in his case. I got some funny Aye Verb stuff. I got a not a Cash Out. I got a Checks and Balances exclusive video to play y'all that somebody made related to Aye Verb. I got some other stuff related to Aye Verb towards the end. And it's Saturday, people. So I think we missed the last couple weekends where we did some movies and music. So we'll close out the stream like that a little bit. But all right, before we start on those pieces of news that we're gonna run down on this beautiful Saturday, I want to say last night I did a dope interview with K-Shine talking about some of the stuff he had to go through when he was, dealing with the Power Network and all that controversy. Now he's got his own card on the way. We weeks away, August 2nd. He talked about all the matchups on the card, why he put certain matchups together. He talked about Shotty Horror as an opponent for him coming up. Dope interview, dope energy. And if you haven't seen that interview, check it out after this live right here. It's on the channel. We did it last night, like about 8 p.m. So we had to come back twice yesterday, get 2 streams in for y'all. Other than that, shout out to the chat. Happy Saturday morning. I see y'all coming in. I see we have a new member here. Shout out to Cotton, man. Welcome to Gang Green. Welcome to the Green Team. Welcome to the membership club. Welcome to the member family over here. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy. Keep an eye out for some exclusive video uploads as well as some battles that's on the way. I'm going to be doing some Full Circle soon. I also sponsored a battle that's coming up on a homie of mine's league. Once that promotion starts, I don't want to jump ahead of the person's promotion, but once they start promoting that, I'll come back and let y'all know, like, yeah, that battle's going to be dropping exclusively for here on the RBE channel because I sponsored that joint. What else do we got going on? I see a lot of members. The Green Team is heavy in here. The chat is heavy. Happy Saturday, people. We got Sean in the building. He says, do you believe? Yes, sir. Between Rounds TV is here as always. We got B Queez here as always. Yeah, man. It's damn near pretty much, it's got Tee Grizzley trending right now. So it's that commonly talked about right now at this point. So we'll go there. Sincerely, Tiff Marie is here. Good morning, love. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Philly, what's up, homie? Good to see you in the chat. Who else we got hanging out this morning with us? Pulling up. Of course, as always, Jay is here. We are here. Good morning. Like the video. Yes, please like the video, share. Don't forget, we are also on Spotify. That link is in the description. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? I see y'all coming in. Okay. Major Ann is here. What's good, members? What's good? Rizzo's here. What's good, homie? Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Shout out to the members. You tried it is here. Yeah, we moving. Don Bean, our member, is here. Boogie Down J, our member, is here. All right, man. We heavy. We heavy. Did I see Deuce? Our member Deuce here? Yeah, he's here. Penn Griffey. Did I see Penn Griffey Jr.? You got to put the Jr. on that. That's a dope rap name. Penn Griffey Jr. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I see y'all, man. I really do see y'all. Shout out to everybody getting their ass up. It's actually late for us, late for some of us, especially that be here Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Definitely late for me. I'll tell y'all a little bit about my day towards the end of the stream, what I got going on. But let's jump into the news. We about 5-6 minutes in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. We're starting off with the Shannon Sharpe update. So here goes a public statement issued from Tony Busby. Tony Busby was representing Jane Doe. Jane Doe allegedly is the young white girl Gabriella Zaninga. And if we remember, some of the stuff that came out when that news broke, it was some young girl that Shannon Sharpe allegedly met at an LA Fitness or a gym. He engaged her. There was a lot of stuff that was very, very suspect from a man of his age and a woman of her age. Very, very big age discrepancy between them. They had consensual sexual relationships, a lot of tumultuous stuff back and forth. Got to a point though where she made some pretty disgusting allegations on Shannon that he forced himself on her and awed her, right? But here goes the public statement from Tony Busby. Jane Doe versus Shannon Sharpe. On April 20th, 2025, Busby Law Firm filed a complaint in Nevada making several allegations against Shannon Sharpe on behalf of our client. Both sides acknowledge a long-term consensual and tumultuous relationship after protracted and respectful negotiations. I'm pleased to announce that we have reached a mutually agreed upon resolution. All matters have now been addressed satisfactorily, and the matter is closed. The lawsuit will thus be dismissed with prejudice. So I don't even have to say settlement. We don't have to dismissal. This is from a lawyer putting the word dismissed with prejudice. Now we remember once again what that means, dismissed with prejudice, because Jay-Z ended up with similar status of his lawsuit that involved Tony Busby pressing him as well. Dismissed with prejudice. With prejudice means that it can't come back again. All right. You can't come back and find some additional news, dig up a new witness, a new co-conspirator, whatever, and come back with the same claims, right? So it's done. This situation between Shannon Sharpe and Gabriella Zaninga, we should never hear about it again. There's probably all types of NDAs, all types of clauses and agreements on we're not going to talk, we're not going to interview about it. Shannon Sharpe probably should have kept some type of agreement where he can at least publicly put out there messaging that protects his brand as much as possible. Now, of course, these type of allegations hurt him, and they hurt him bad. And we heard recently about the negotiations of alleged step down between him and ESPN. We saw allegedly sponsorships that are no longer in his background of his podcast with Ocho Cinco. So I think a lot of damage was obviously done, right? But you want to be able to get out some type of public messaging if the alleged victim or the plaintiff will allow it, that will kind of make you look in a decent light. I'm pretty sure she doesn't want any messaging coming out with him having the ability to say, "Oh, this was all bullshit," because she probably is just like, "No, I don't be putting false claims on people. You ain't gonna have me out here with a reputation of I just be trapping older black men for a bag." So we'll see how he addresses this publicly. And if he never addresses it publicly, maybe at least his lawyer will publicly come out and give some type of statement. But before I tell you my thoughts on this, let's go back to the original complaint for a second. I just want to remember with the chat how heavy this was initially. All right, so here goes the complaint, right? And we just read Tony Busby's statement. He said he filed it initially in April, right? All right. So this was Jane Doe versus Shannon Sharpe. This is a 14-page. Of course, we're not going to read the whole thing, but introduction. A woman can say yes to consensual sexual relations with a man 99 times, but when she says no even once, that no means no. Yeah, I agree. I agree, but I'm not going to expand on the butt right now. We'll save that for a different time, a different topic, whatever. We already we already went to town on this topic. All right. Defender Sharp is a 56-year-old former NFL superstar. This girl's Gabriella Zaninga, allegedly was like 20 years old or something, right? All right. The parties, the plaintiff and Sharp, those are only two people. Factual allegations related to all claims. Defendant Shannon Sharp. Yes, we know who he is. Okay, January 2023, the beginning of the consensual relationship, but deeply manipulative relationship. So some audio came out with them too. You know, we go whatever direction we want to go with the audio that came out. There was some suspect things there on Shannon, but there was a little bit of a lineup in the text. Because remember when we saw those text messages, people allegedly between them, we was like, "Come on, man! Like, what's going on here?" But anyway, revealed from the start the violent, aggressive, and controlling nature of Shannon Sharp. Okay. Summer 2024, Sharp control turns abusive. The relationship becomes fearful and non-consensual. Okay. October 6, 2024, Sharp sexually assaults an R's plaintiff and threatens, "I'm going to make it so no man will want you again." Did they have that on text message? January 2025, Sharp sexually assaults an R's plaintiff, ignoring her screams and refusing to wear a condom. Okay. First complaint for relief: assault, sexual assault, battery. This is what I want to get down to here, people. We'll close out like this. General damages in the sum of excess of $10 million. Special damages in the sum of excess of $10 million. Punitive damages in the sum in excess of $20 million. Statutory penalties in the sum in excess of $10 million. You add it all up, that's how they got to their $50 million, people, okay? A lot of money. A lot of money. $50 million, $1 million, $100,000, sometimes $10,000. Nothing to sneeze at, depending on what your bracket is. But I don't care if you're the richest of the rich. You pay attention if $10 million is going out the door, or 50. Okay, so remember, we heard that there was initial negotiations before this claim was even filed between a mediator, Sharp side, and Shorty side, and $10 million was on the table. For whatever reason, that $10 million was not taken. And then here comes the $50 million lawsuit walked into court by Tony Busby. So my first thought here, to walk away from that $10 million and say, no, we want to file our claim. This is the first point. You got to have some strong evidence on your side. I'm not talking about just what you think is a strong claim. Claims, I go more than that, because it could just be my word versus your word. You did me wrong. No, I did you wrong, whatever. And it comes down to a jury if it gets that far, right? It's the evidence. It's the text messages. It's the recorded phone calls. It's the contracts. It's the social media posts. It's the things that people could see that are black and white. That's one of the reasons that Diddy got off, right? I shouldn't say got off. I should say beat certain charges. The consenting based type of text messages that he was and emails he was able to show between him and Cassie, or him and Jane, people requesting like, "Oh, I can't wait to FO tonight, baby," or "Come back home and we're going to do this freak off." There's a lot of that type of stuff that's always going to sway a jury. So if you decline that 10 million and you go forward, that is reason number one why I feel like, if you see my title, "Did Shorty catch a lick?" Yes, she caught a lick, right? And I also believe that it's more than $10 million. Okay. The second reason why I believe that Shorty just caught a lick is because this was very fast. Here we are in July, right? And I know time flies, and all the news that's going on, we might turn around and be like, "Oh yeah, we was talking about the Shannon Sharpe, and it was a couple months ago," right? But if it was filed in April, this is very fast, especially for something of this magnitude. It's not like you went anywhere close to trial. We didn't hear about discovery. We didn't hear about none of this process. It's almost as if negotiations may or may not have been happening since the onset. And when I say negotiations, I'm talking about settlements, right? It's clear that he was willing to part with $10 million, and he had that what was spoken about $100 million deal already on the table. So if before you even get to court, you already see that the defendant is willing to part with $10 million, then why wouldn't I want to believe that is a high chance that him and his legal representation was willing to be out there negotiating possible closeout. Let's get this out of here. Get me out the news. Finish this. I want to move on very, very early, back in April, maybe even in May. Why wouldn't I believe that, right? A case like this could have taken a very, very long time. Okay. And we're not talking about, let me say this about Tony Busby before I get to point number 3. Why I think like, yeah, Shorty caught a lick. Point number 3. As much as Tony Busby's internet and public reputation, people don't like him or don't fuck with him, a lot of it feels is because it's 2 things. Like, number 1, you came out with that 1-800 number shit with Diddy, and it just looks so frivolous. And then you had people dropping off. You had claims that came your way allegedly where people were saying you didn't even do your due diligence. You were just receiving clients from other third parties. It just looked like a lawyer that was ready to capitalize on the Diddy trial, or the Diddy accusations, or the Diddy charges, right? All these people, a 1-800 number. It just doesn't seem like, like this Brian Steele, this knight that's out there. He gets his call for his one case and boom, we on it, right? You're just taking all this hundreds of calls he said him and his team had to sift through. That seemed frivolous as shit. That was the first thing. The second thing is how bad he got his ass kicked by Jay-Z. Here's one thing that we forget, though, people. When we look at the outcome of him and Jay-Z's case, we forget the fact that it's Jay-Z. It's Jay-Z. Alex Spiro hit that ground with fire. We're talking about a $3,000 an hour lawyer. And that's the only thing that we heard about. Just Alex Spiro and what it cost to have him on this Tony Busby situation. Jay-Z probably also had a complimenting team as well. Like the private investigators that went to Shorty's house and interviewed her, and they dropped the audio of her saying, no, Tony Busby put me up to this. He forced me to do this. That wasn't Alex Spiro. These are private investigators getting paid. Tony Busby came out and said that people's coming to his house. He's getting harassed. He's getting followed. Jay-Z spent a lot of money to say, go zip that shit the fuck up. Right? So it's Jay-Z. And I say that to say, as much as some of us don't like Tony Busby still ain't no small fish lawyer. His reputation still is large, and his firm is still substantial out there. Okay? So Jay-Z with Rock Nation and $1 billion behind him might stamp you the fuck out. That don't mean that you and I could go play around with Tony Busby and it's going to be an easy feat. Shannon Sharpe might have just found out. Okay? Well, that's the second reason why I think Shorty just caught a lick. Okay? One, once again, he was always willing to come off that $10 million as reported. 2, the time of this. And 3, I think that Tony Busby's pressure and what they had was pretty significant. Okay. Is there anything else that I really want to compound that with? Let me think. Okay. I could really go in the direction of, did she deserve it? Right. Shannon Sharpe obviously thinks that they deserve something to get her away from him. She got some evidence, I feel like, that was always going to look ugly and put him at risk if he was going to go fully to trial and sit there and have his whole fate judged, right or wrong, right? I think this is a big learning lesson and this type of shit has happened before, not just for Shannon Sharpe, for all of us. It could happen to anybody. It's not just the age disparity. And yeah, they did say that he tried to get her to sign an NDA early on, right? All that no means no, right? When you get the indications of somebody that is that level of immaturity, she's texting you shit like, $10,000 a cheek and shit. She just seemed like a little baby, like when we read the text messages. I don't give a fuck how attractive the girl is, man. It's not just the physical. We got to get a little bit more control of ourselves. The moment we see those indicators in some of these women, and ladies, you need to do it for the fellas too. You politic with a guy and he ain't on shit, like you got to be able to predict in the future, this is going to be a problem one way or another. And the shitty thing for Shannon Sharpe is, I'll say allegedly still, he's been here before. he's already had to step down or was fired from a previous job based on allegations or situations involving a woman in some type of domestic related dispute, right? So at his age and his background and his already going through shit, you would think he would have been moving a little bit smarter. If he hasn't learned a lesson from this, then at that point you just say, if we hear another situation with Shannon Sharpe, fuck you. Like you just don't want to learn the lesson. That's on you. I think people deserve their chances at life if they made mistakes. I'm not fully sold on this truly being like some brutal, real forceful R situation. I think he was lined up, but I think she just caught a check from this guy. And you may never hear from this alleged Jane Doe, Gabriella Zuniga again. You may never hear from her again. She may disappear into the shadows, pay her little taxes. And this is what possibly she lined up Shannon to get done anyway, with these suspect ass texts talking about no means no. Like, like what? Oh, okay. I see what's happening. Dan, you about to come touch this 100 million I just got. Fuck. Yeah. Nasty work. She got him though. She got him. Hopefully, Shannon could just move on now. And it is what it is, you know. Let's move on to Tee Grizzley. Now, once again, very, very nasty allegations going around the internet right now. And so, once again, we heard the story, even from Tee Grizzley. He's got interviews talking about the night in question when his aunt was killed. You know, something like he was in Detroit, I believe, he's in the hood, pulled up to a crib. She stayed in the car. He got out the car while he either was in the house or at the side door, knocking on the door, something like that. Shots rang out. He and his man that was in the house, they came running back out. The car was gone or whatever. At that point, once again, his aunt had lost her life, right? I think he's done tribute songs for her. I think I remember seeing, and videos. And it was chalked off, you know, in the news and from fans of Tee Grizzley all these years of just an unfortunate situation that this rapper, this street rapper, had to go through, right? The loss of a family member, the loss of any of your people, whether it's gang related, whether it's drama related, whether it's related to your ops. You know, Tee Grizzley, he never said any names. He never cooperated with the authorities and told the authorities that I think it was this, I think it was that. He stood on some street shit. But for it to come back now, so I believe one of the, if not the alleged shooter, just started trial. So they grabbed him, right? And here goes Tee Grizzley's name popping up with allegations that he may have impregnated this woman. And people almost assuming or acting on the internet like that was cause for him to set her up and have her killed. And I'll tell you one of the biggest reasons why they now are picking out a detail in the shooting to say that she was set up by Tee Grizzley. I'll tell you that in a second. But let's check this video out. I think this is the most common one that's going around. And I want to give them a shout out. Shout out to the channel, The Family. They got 166,000 views on this video, and it was posted only 11 hours ago. See, the title says, "Did Detroit rapper kill his aunt/manager after getting her pregnant? Suspect in court." Okay, so this is the main video that's really putting a lot of dots together for the media and for the internet. And it's making it look real crazy for T, and it's got him trending.
Well, Glenda, Detroit police tell me that homicide investigators are still working on this case, still trying to figure out what led up to the shooting here on 3 Mile Road just off of Mac. Meanwhile, those who knew Brown say she was kind-hearted and a hard worker.
She was a sweetheart. She was a good person. She was the type of person that would look out for you, do whatever, she could to help you.
Bushman, host of The Bushman Show on 97.9 WJLB, first got to know Davina Brown 3 years ago. He called her JB. She was the manager and aunt of Detroit rapper Tee Grizzley. She also managed Detroit rapper Sada Baby. Sources say on Tuesday night around 9:30, the 41-year-old was sitting in a Chrysler 300 with 2 other men here on 3 Mile just off of Mac. Police say as one of the men got out of the car, she was shot and killed.
JB, I love you. I miss you. But I will never forget about you. You were a queen and you were awesome.
Bushman says he's been getting calls and comments on social media from people across the country, those who've gotten to know Brown and some who are fans of Tee Grizzley. Bushman says Brown was a young woman who was committed and kind.
It was like her first time managing, but she grasped the knowledge of how to manage an artist. And and was running with it. And he's been very successful.
After hearing about her death, he shared this video of Brown in the studio with Tee Grizzley in May of 2018. She was fixing his hair, taking care of him like Bushman says she always would.
I wanted to share something for people to remember her by. When you're behind the scenes, you don't always get the credit for the things that you do. And I want people to understand who she was and what she meant to Tee Grizzley, Sada.
And as he continues to pay tribute to her, he just hopes the questions surrounding who took her life won't remain unanswered much longer.
Just want to know why. What made you do that? You know, what caused you? What was going on in your mind and in your life that you felt like you had to pull a gun out and pop?
Now, I did reach out to Tee Grizzley's management company, but haven't heard back yet. Meanwhile, if you have any information that can help police solve this case, please call Detroit Police Homicide. Live on the city's east side.
At the time, no arrest was made. Police made a flyer for $2,500 for information leading up to an arrest and JB's demise. But Tee Grizzley decided to make a track in dedication to JB. Check it out.
So you know your favorite rapper when it never let them guys get you. I would've shot him, left him dying, leaking in the street. When the rain was smoking.
But just 2 months after JB lost her life, the feds and the state had made an arrest. A place 4.5 hours away from each other, a little under 300 miles in Chicago, Illinois. A man that was also connected to one of Tee Grizzley's groomsmen, also on his rap label, whose name is Booker, real close to Lord Durk and OTF. Apparently, the perpetrator and Booker are from the same neighborhood. They also go by 600 in Chicago. His name was Jermaine Weeden, a.k.a. Wu-Tang. Now, when Wu-Tang was first picked up, it was an open murder, a felony firearm charge. But what a lot of people don't know is that Wu-Tang...
I just noticed the chain that he was wearing, the OTF chain. It's like shitty timing for Durk, right? And OTF is going to come up a million times during his case, right? Jesus.
already had a serious criminal background. This wasn't no first-time offender. In fact, back on May 12, 2016, he had a felony conviction for aggravated unlawful use of a weapon in a vehicle in Cook County. He was sentenced to 1 year imprisonment. And second, on March 15, 2018, just 2 years later after that, he had a felony conviction again for unlawful possession of a weapon by a felon in Cook County, in which he was sentenced to 42 months in prison, which lets us know that Wu-Tang not supposed to be around firearms. Now, I wanted to make all that clear because he was later caught with a firearm that was illegal in Chicago, which we'll later discuss. And the feds got that case. And what they did is they dropped it for the moment because he did get found with a firearm that has did another crime across state lines. And they let him deal with the state for now. And we just wonder why. But they also did something that I want you guys to pay attention to as well. In the state case, gave this habitual offender a reasonable bond for murder. As mentioned, we wonder why. But at this point, we know this is no ordinary case, and some folks believe he was let out on purpose, maybe even being used as bait, or even working with somebody. Either way, something is off. Now, when JB lost her life, Wu-Tang was on probation. He had a tether, and we'll later explain how that played on helping solving this case for the state and the feds. October 19, 2019, just 2 months after JB lost her life, Wu-Tang was arrested in Chicago, Illinois. It was around 2:06 p.m. when officers from Chicago Police Department were on a routine patrol when they responded to another officer report of a male and one female sitting inside of a stolen vehicle parked in the alley behind 5920 South Calumet Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. The reporting officer had confirmed that the vehicle was stolen by checking the vehicle license plate in the law enforcement computer database. When responding to CPD, officers pulled into the alley. They observed the male subsequently identified as Wu-Tang, a.k.a. Jermaine Weeden, and a female standing near the stolen vehicle, a blue Nissan Versa with New York license plate. Now keep that vehicle in mind. As the responding officers exited the patrol car and approached Wu-Tang, he fled from officers on foot. After a brief foot chase, the officers apprehended Wu-Tang and placed him in handcuffs. As Wu-Tang physically resisted the officers when placed against the police car, a Glock 23 40 cal semi-automatic handgun, bearing serial number PAZ363, fell out of Wu-Tang's left pants leg. The handgun was loaded with 12 rounds of ammunition with the head stamp marking SIG 40 S&W. During the subsequent search of the stolen blue Nissan, CPD officers recovered an extended magazine from the passenger side door. Now fam, would you believe this man had the same firearm and same stolen vehicle during the night that JB lost her life? Well, it's true. When it came to the rental, the car was a Hertz rental car that had been set to be returned to Hertz on August 24, 2019. Hertz filed a stolen police report in September of 2019. The following year, February of 2020, DPD received notification from the MSP lab where they test the firearms, the ballistics. They confirmed that that firearm that Wu-Tang was caught with in Chicago was the same firearm used to take the life of JB. May she rest in peace. Now, at this point, fam, I know a lot going through your head, but at least for the moment, Wu-Tang gets arrested. At the following year, as mentioned, police, at least the feds stepped in. They was already in, but they gave him one count of a firearm taken in from state lines, and they ended up dismissing that case in 2021, letting him take on the challenge for the state for now. And after being arrested for over 5 years, the state gave him a $75,000 10% cash bond on the tether, in which he paid. But that was crazy, because as mentioned, he was arrested for all that time, and his trial was coming up. But the world didn't know. Now, Wu-Tang will only be out for just 3 months before starting trial just this past Monday, July 14, 2025. And while the feds keep a close eye, and for some reason, when this case has started back up for trial, they released a $2,500 reward again, as if the guy they caught with all this evidence isn't enough, or not the sole person responsible, which probably indicates a recent bond and the feds letting go of the first charge for now. Now, the Family TV will hopefully start filming from now on this trial on Twitch and YouTube, on the second channel, and many more. But I was able to catch it today, although the audio wasn't allowed for screen recording while looking. You can only screen record if the audio picks up from another device. And I didn't know that today. But I took some key notes. And the house that Tee Grizzley allegedly stopped at the day JB lost her life to go inside. Remember we said that was his aunt's house? Another aunt? Well, she took the stand today. And to sum up 8 hours for you guys in 60 seconds, I say this. That rumor that's floating around that Tee Grizzley got his alleged aunt pregnant, the state believes that. Not the Family TV, not Reddit, the state. And there was one damaging answer from the aunt on the stand. And it seemed like it was bigger than the alleged defendant. The question was asked by the state, does she remember the aunt mentioning that when Tee Grizzley heard the shots inside the home, he ran to the window to see what was going on? The aunt responded, no, she didn't say that.
You can say they must be tearing him up right now.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All good, man. So tonight, everything happened, man. Can you kind of go over that night with us? I know y'all was at the studio. I seen you on your Instagram.
Yeah, so we was at the studio with Guapo and Jay Swan or whatever. And I'm going to my cousin's house, my older cousin.
Mm-hmm.
He was real close with my pops. It's like my pop's brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I always try to, you know what I'm saying, show him some love because that's another wound we really ain't healed from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I went over there. And I was telling her, like, come in the house. And she's like, no, I don't want to go in. I'm begging her to come in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, certain areas, you just got to move right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't about where you at. I could go anywhere I want to.
Right.
But I got to move right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm moving right, can't nothing happen to me. So I'm telling her to come in the house. She's like, no. Because JB was kind of like funny acting about dirty houses and stuff like that. The house wasn't even dirty, but to her, she's just a clean, real clean person.
Okay.
It's like, no, I don't want to go in them people's house. I don't want to sit on their furniture and all that stuff. I'm like, all right, I'll be right back. So I'm knocking on the door. My people's taking so long to come to the door. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they finally come to the door. As soon as I see her, as soon as I see my auntie,
mm-hmm.
she about to open the door. I hear a whole bunch of shots going off. You know what I'm saying? Behind me. I hear a whole bunch of shots going off. So I get down because I'm thinking they about to come to the side and start, you know what I'm saying, shooting at me. And I ain't got nothing on me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin ran out with a gun. I'm like, perfect. So we ran out on the street. When we ran out, my driver was gone with no cars out there. I'm like,
She was in it. So what was the vehicle? She was in the car? Like
she was in the car.
Okay.
She was in the car on the street. So my cousin ran out with the gun or whatever. And we ran out in the front to see what's going on. And to, if somebody up on us, we going to get them off us. So once we got outside, once we got in the front where they was at, my driver gone. There's no cars out here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wait, let me ask you this. So you had to enter the back door or something?
Yeah, I walked
okay. Side door. Okay, I get you. Okay.
But basically, I don't even know what's going on at this point.
Okay.
So we in the front, I look in the street. I don't see no glass in the street. So I'm like, oh, they straight. You know what I'm saying? That's probably some, I didn't even think this had nothing to do with us.
Okay.
You feel me?
Right.
But my cousin still came out there with a gun, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I was cool with going out there. I'm like, I ain't see no glass in the street. I'm thinking they heard some shots and pulled off. Okay. So now I'm mad now. Like, y'all heard them shots. Why would y'all leave me over here?
Right.
You feel me? You could at least call me and told me, like, it's too much going on over here. Come on, we gone. You know what I'm saying? To my driver, and they're calling me, like, and told me what happened. So basically what happened, they walked up to my door and opened my door. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas opened my door, trying to get at me. Ended up hitting her up.
Where'd they hit her on the body?
They hit her on her side and in her arm. She didn't get hit her face, and that's just all on her side. You feel me?
How many
on
times?
The side where her heart at.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, on the side like where her heart at, too, so that shit was fucked up. She got shot like that before a long time ago, my uncle.
Okay.
His car got shot up, and she got hit in the exact same place, but she lived. You know what I'm saying? Because she went straight to the hospital.
Okay.
My uncle drove straight to the hospital as soon as it happened. But
was she alive when did she die on the scene or the hospital?
I think that no, she died at the hospital. She was still alive. She was still breathing and everything. She called me.
She called you?
While she was shot, she called me.
What'd she say?
I was trying to talk to her. I didn't hear what she was saying.
Oh.
She couldn't really form no words. You know what I'm saying? But, like, niggas was coming for me because they opened my door.
Okay.
They were shooting in the car. They hit her 8 times, though.
And you have no idea where this came from?
No, I ain't got no idea where it came from. But it ain't even matter where it came from. I felt like everybody was a suspect. I felt like everybody was a suspect. So even if a person wasn't a suspect, if I didn't like that person, it was escalated. My dislike for them was escalated times 10.
Now we laid it all out. The come up, the tragedy, the arrest, the strange bond, the trial. You see just how deep the situation runs. And even though the facts are still on the table, the silence around the case speaks just as loud. You got federal interests that suddenly disappeared, and a suspect with a serious rap sheet walking free on bond. In a courtroom now, being told the victim may have been pregnant by one of Detroit's biggest rap stars. On top of that, you got a key witness, the aunt, saying Tee Grizzley didn't even react when the shots went off. To the streets, that don't sound right. To the court, it raises questions. To the fans, it's a full-blown mystery. Now, it's time for you guys to let me know how you feel in the comments.
All right. So I think the biggest pieces of the speculation is come from two places. One, this alleged aunt that just testified in court, speaking on, it seems to be that Tee Grizzley and this other woman that was passed away had a sexual relationship, right? Number two, well, actually it's three. Number two, that his reaction wasn't as expected when the shots went off. And number three, that the shooters opened the driver's side door, even though nobody was in the driver's side. I don't know how much evidence that really proves that T was involved in something, to be honest. Like, all right, you open the driver's side door. If you was really looking for T, allegedly, he wasn't there. What if the car was all tinted and blacked out? Doesn't mean that, I know nobody's sitting there, so I'm going to open this door. Like, then what? You're going to go with a further conspiracy and saying that they went to that door knowing that it was unlocked because T was involved in setting this woman up. So he left that door unlocked purposefully. And he gives the story of her wanting to stay in the car. She would have to reverse it that, no, T told her to stay in the car. I mean, we're not doing that over here on this channel. All the conspiracy theory stuff and just creating shit. Okay? That woman, she had some testimony that makes people ask questions. I think that's really as far as you go. You're talking about somebody that lost their life. Right, we ain't gonna jump out no windows with that type of shit, that type of testimony. Now, T is a street nigga, and I think in that interview like that, you gotta expect him to say certain things that may not even be true, right? Because if he's gonna allow himself to be interviewed about a murder and the way he carries it on some street code shit, there's just certain things he can't say or he won't say. Like, especially when they say, do you know who was behind it? He said, no, I don't know who was behind it. Maybe he really does, right? Just like that other snitch I was talking about the other day. And I was like, the two rappers that allegedly did something to you, they're right there. One's got a battle coming up and you want to act like you don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I get it, right? So he's supposed to be saying some of these things regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like what do you expect a street nigga to do? And side note, you want to know what's so ironic? If you just simply change who's asking him these questions and you change the background to an investigation room, everybody would question Tee Grizzley, right? I say that to say, should we learn the lesson of even doing interviews talking about this type of stuff? Because the case wasn't closed, right? If the alleged shooter is going to trial right now and it's not a closed case, for me to do an interview speaking on anything related to it, you just never know if I say something that's interpreted incorrectly, if I purposely got to lie to keep street code, but then people run with those words. That's a fact, 100%. The way that the interviewer is sitting there and interjects at times. Wait, so hold on. So they opened this door or they can't. Do you know, like, if you just change the person that's asking a question and change where he's being interviewed to the fucking investigation room, right, or in the box, they would say this is incorrect. So if that's the point, then maybe we need to understand to not allow ourselves to be interviewed on any platform if there's an open case, because now they're going to run with everything that Tee Grizzley is saying in his interviews from the past as well. So that's a learning lesson for all of us, right? Of course, none of us want to be in this situation, but it's still a learning lesson. If you guys notice, I changed my title. When I first brought the stream up before I came on, it said Tee Grizzley accused of having his aunt killed that he impregnated, right? And I changed the title because I skimmed this video real quick before I cut the stream on. And I was just like, I know that that's the title that's going around all over the place, including the video that we just watched. I just want to be a little bit more responsible and a little bit more respectful than that, because once again, somebody has lost their life. And you just got to watch the trial more now. We got to pay more attention to the trial. That one person that took the stand and said these things and got the state now believing that there was a sexual relationship between the woman that lost her life and Tee Grizzley. Okay, but that doesn't mean that he would set her up, right? Because then what's yet another conspiracy theory that happens after that? This was his manager and or a woman that he didn't want to have a baby by, so he had her murdered. Then you just start reaching all over the place on a man, and it's just not right to do. Leave that for the Aye Verbs of the world. You know what I'm saying? They just jump out the window and you just create something. You know what I'm saying? So we're not doing that over here. So shout out to Tee Grizzley, but it does raise a big radar bleep for us to pay attention to and follow now that that trial with the other dude is now underway. It just started Monday. And that other quick point that I said, man, alleged OTF member. Little Dirk really had a lot of shooters around him allegedly, didn't he? Like the reputation of OTF in fucking Chicago had to be notorious. It's got to be another reason why they probably want Lil Durk, because if they think that you're the face and the money over all of this shit, there's a lot of alleged murders and crimes and shooters and tied to OTF allegedly. Wow. All right, let's move on. Let's go to, you see Troy Ave in the thumbnail, right? Let's go to Troy. More lessons to be learned by all of us, man. You can never stop learning. Some of the stuff I see and I say, ooh, okay, I think I learned something of how I could try to avoid being in the same spot. Learn forever, people. Learn into the grave. But Pete, Troy Ave and Jeff Cole, cops probing stage shooting. Is it fake or is it real? So we covered this a bunch of times. We know what happened. We went over the footage, but now the police are probing the situation. Troy Ave ain't out the woods yet after his fake shooting video surfaced online, because the police are now investigating to see if the incident is actually real. Now, y'all saw my take. I said, man, his reaction in that video seemed very, very genuine. The way he dipped off first behind the car like he was surprised. It seemed real. It seemed like, well, it seemed more real than fake to me. I see elements that could make it fake, but I'm going to go on the side of the gate edging towards more. I'm like 60% it's real. Okay. And then I think they posted that shit, might have got in trouble, and then here come the responses. Oh no, it's fake. Hit up TMZ and tell them like, no, we were just joking. We were just doing a skit for clout. And let me fast forward down here to Troy Ave's response now. Nah, they wildin'. This motherfucker looks absolutely nothing like me. Why they want to put your boy back in jail? For the record, I have no idea who this John Wick looking ass nigga is. But my advice to him would be admit nothing. He could be a damn AI for all we know. Hashtag Troy Ave. Hashtag God is great and the paper straight. So Troy Ave, that's not AI. I mean, I get it. You're not trying to put up early court defense by saying that, are you? Like your lawyer, if you ever end up in court behind this, answering to like even reckless endangerment, even discharging of a firearm, whatever, right? Your lawyer is not going to try to say that this is AI, right? It's clear that this is a real video. This is taken from a home camera footage. The guy Geoff's crib, you would have, or Jeff, my bad, I said Geoff, Jeff's crib. You would have to have him then take that position with you as well. I doubt he will. Okay, and you walking up to the garbage pails and everything. This ain't no AI. I know AI is powerful as shit right now, but why am I even explaining this? This ain't no AI video, right? But he could be saying that sarcastically, or he could also be trying to imply some truth in jest, like, I don't want to claim this because it's going left. Things are happening behind this that I don't want to happen. I'm being investigated possibly for it. People talking cop shit online. Who knows? I fuck around and have to go sit in court behind this shit. But here's the thing. With the probing allegedly now happening into this from the authorities, and it's on TMZ, it caught all media outlets, it's viral. They're going to take interest in this if there was never a police report, right? It's just too much news, and it's too newsworthy. Okay. The retraction of Troy to me is pretty much what we alluded to the other day. They posted this and it might have been a mistake for them to put this shit out there. Right? They got to say like, nah, that was fake. My bad. Here's another thing too, for a learning point. If you are going to stage some shit like this, record footage to prove that it was staged. Like, let's say like a prank. Like, let's say you want to prank your girl. You want to prank your girl like you cheated on her with another woman or some shit like that, right? What if your prank is real good? What if what if everybody thinks your prank is real, right? And then you sit there and say, like, it was a prank. They're gonna look at you like Troy Ave, like, oh, now you want to tell me it's AI. We ain't going. You gotta record proof that it's a prank sometimes too. That's a big learning lesson from this. I seen that's when Hitman pranked Cinnamon of him cheating on her, and that shit went super viral, and all the media outlets picked it up. It was all over the internet. He pre-recorded proof that he was, talking to people. We're gonna do this. We're gonna set her up. We'll make this phone call. We're gonna do this tomorrow, whatever. He's got proof to say like, this is what. Matter of fact, I did that too. No, I can't say that because if we ever do that, me and the person, then you guys definitely know it's a prank. So I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, anyway, point being, guys, you want to prank your lady or some shit like that. And if you think your prank is going to be that good, like let's say it involves real people. Like you got your lady and you got your female friend that your girl always questioned you about. Like you always made me believe that she was nothing more than a friend. You went to the prom with her, y'all cool, y'all never fucked, whatever, cool, right? And you use her to do the prank. Your girl always felt the way towards her. She never really wanted her around in the first place. It's not going to be easy to convince her spider sense that this is a fucking prank if you got some prank text messages that you sent her, some shit of you and the side friend in the bed or some shit like that. Record evidence that it's a prank as well. Because if the authorities is now investigating Troy Ave, the investigation would be over the moment that he supplies that. Right? And not everybody's going to do fake scenes like this if this is fake and go check in with the city for like city permits. Hey, by the way, we're going to be discharging fake firearms at 11 p.m. in this neighborhood and shit. So don't send the cops. Like everybody's not checking in with the fucking city and with the local police department before they do these type of scenes and, make this type of noise and racket. People don't even get licensed for locations. They pull up, they shoot on spot, and then they get the fuck on real quick. That's how Calico and Ill Will happened. We weren't sanctioned for that. That whole time behind the scenes, security guards are walking back and forth because reports started happening of we like took up so much of the space. the regular people that were staying at the hotel coming from the parking lot, they had to walk like all the way around us and shit. They couldn't like walk through that. And we were creating a scene. It was getting bigger and bigger and louder. And we knew we were pressed for time. We knew it was only a matter of fact before that security escalates into all-out police that get called and show up here and start snatching footage or shutting us down, and we can't even complete the battle. So we was like, come on, let's go. People don't even do shit with city permits, They just pull up and get their footage done. So lesson learned there, Troy Ave. If you and your man Jeff was clout chasing here, and this was the prank you wanted to do, next time, record proof that it was a prank. But I don't believe it was a prank. 60% of me doesn't. That's still my position. I think they backtracking now because they think they're in trouble. All right. Here's one that I seen. Shout out to Checks and Balances. Tossing this one in the chat. Let's pull this up. Do we want to see this? Y'all want to see this? Claressa Shields secures $15 million deal to fight with Layla Ali. Now, I seen that. I seen Layla Ali pop out talking about, I'll come back for 15 mil. And, as far as female boxing, Claressa Shields has been one of the biggest, if not the biggest name in the public lately, right? So did they secure this fit? Is this a whole promo video that they put together and they ready to put this fight on the schedule?
I'm talking about everywhere in the boxing circuit. The rumor that I heard was that I said that unless somebody had 15, 20 million, don't even call me about it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we like. Layla, I'm here with my team. I got great news for you. We got the 15 million. Let's make a fight between me and you, the best versus the best. The greats versus the greats. The GOAT versus Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla Ali. Let's make it happen. Mark, what else do we got?
Look, we have the two most prominent venues in this country, Cowboy Stadium, T-Mobile Arena, ready to go. They're extremely interested. We just have to finalize deals and dates with them. Most importantly, though, Ruben Branson, Win Records, thank you so much for supporting us because that's what allows us to win this offer.
Thank you very much, Mark. Win Records' assignment was to bring forth $15 million.
We have the $15 million for Layla. Let's make this fight happen.
That's what I'm talking about. So you saying we got the 15 million? We got the venue?
Everybody's talking about it.
Okay. So clear produced all out trailer, skit, commercial. Everybody's done up, everybody's placed. You could tell people are delivering lines as if it's scripted. You got the representatives there wearing their clothes, showing their brand, winning all that. This looks official. That video that we just played also was posted by TMZ Sports. So this looks very, very official. How old is Layla Ali now? Hold on now, because I know they're talking about like Tyson versus Jake Paul type shit, right? But how old is Layla Ali? How old is she? She's 47. Super duper past her prime. When's the last time she fought? Let me see that. When is the last time Layla Ali boxed? When was the last time she fought? 2007. What? 2007? You're talking 18 years ago? Oh, hold on. This shit just took a little drop for me. I ain't gonna lie. This is what happens when you do shit live. I was fully backing this, and then I pulled that up. That just crossed my mind, and now this shit is some Tyson Jake Paul shit. But the promotion made a lot of us still believe in the Tyson Jake Paul fight, because Tyson was sparring and he was in that ring training, and we saw his speed, we saw his power, we saw his tenacity. And that's why when the fight actually was going down, we was like, oh, is he pulling a trigger? Are we being set up? Is this some stage bullshit right here? Are they trying to make sure that nobody gets dropped or hurt? And then we start looking at the footage later on, we're like, oh, we got. But at least we believed going in that Tyson still had enough ability to make it interesting, right? So pulling up right now that Layla Ali is 47 years old, and the last time she fought was 18 years ago. You got to do what Tyson did. You got to make us a believer in your training, and Claressa finna beat the shit out of this old lady. Yo, we're not doing that. You can't just keep surviving on your name as far as us believing what's about to happen. Well, you can't do that. You're not fitting to make me believe that who's one of these young, vibrant stars? Do I want to say Shea or Luka or Giannis? You want me to say you're gonna put Michael Jordan on the court right now, one on one, 1v1 on Giannis, and I got MJ because it's MJ. No, MJ's like 50s. No, we gotta let it go. Layla Ali is 47 years old, and her last fight was 18 years ago. The crazy part is I'm buying it. I'm still gonna buy this shit. But if you really, really want people to catch in and look past the like fuck it theatrics of it, let me just pay the $59.99 or whatever y'all gonna charge for it. Fuck it, let me tune in this Saturday, see if something crazy happens. If you want to make more of us believers, you need that Mike Tyson type of promo. You need Layla in there looking fast, looking in shape, looking strong. I don't know if she's, I don't know. Nobody's putting their money on fucking Layla Ali unless they just want to bet the crazy odds. Fuck it. Let me know when the date is. I'll buy it. All right. I'm gonna support it. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna pop a bottle for it. Have my popcorn fresh out the microwave. But nobody believes Layla's gonna come back after all of this and do something to Claressa's young. How old is Claressa Shield? Fuck it. How old is Claressa Shield? She's 30 years old. It's a 17-year gap. 47 is just, oh my God. Like in boxing, 47? I mean, we only could believe in the George Foremans of the world that really did that shit at that type of age and like reclaim the title and whatnot. Like, right, Layla, you got it. Get your bread. 15 million. If I was you at 47, I might do it too. 15 million. Hey, get your bread, Shorty. I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm moving on though. All right, Nicki Minaj, her full court press continues. Rep Anna Paulina Luna, Rep Luna, can confirm I spoke with Nicki Minaj directly and will be doing everything we can to ensure her safety. No problem there. We take threats of violence and assassination very seriously. RICO is also illegal. I am deeply concerned that there has been unchecked corruption within certain aspects of the rap industry. Artists should be respected and not afraid of managers, labels, etc. The first half of this tweet, people. Now, hold on. This is a congresswoman speaks on her conversation with Nicki Minaj. Okay. The first half of this post here is no big deal to me. Okay. Because if you want to, you and Nicki Minaj get together, investigate that video that we played yesterday of dude from TDE. He's saying, yo, before you get washed up like your boy did, he's talking about how Kendrick washed Drake. Everybody stop. Nicki and this rep wouldn't be able to reach with that. You wouldn't have no real evidence, if that's what you're going on, of a real assassination attempt or violence attempt from that. It's the second half of this part that matters to me, because they use that type of shit to create tie-ins, to create all these different types of motives and ambitions towards other players, other big entities. Next thing you know, you turn around and you hear that there's some big RICO investigation within Roc Nation. Okay? RICO is also illegal. I am deeply concerned that there has been unchecked corruption within certain aspects of the rap industry. This is a campaign by Nicki. DJ Academics has been slightly campaigning it as well. The overpowered up Roc Nation, able to steer the industry, able to snap their fingers, affect certain people's careers, affect other companies. The power of Roc Nation is real. The power of Jay-Z is real. And I think you can get to a certain level of power, and if it's ever used in ways where other people are hurt, other people are prevented, big money is lost, big money is misdirected, you start to build up a bunch of enemies, right? Monopolies only last but so long in any arena, because what happens is you start stepping on the toes of other powerful people. They might not be as powerful as you. There's not 10 Roc Nations out there, but let's say Roc Nation is a 10 as far as power in the industry. But you got this other company that's a 7. You got this other company over here that's a 6. You got this other company that over here that's a 7.5. Those are still powerful people, still a lot of money, big lawyers, possible big accusations, big artists underneath them that got claims, i.e. a Nicki Minaj. Some of y'all might think I'm speaking a little early right now, but this would crash the internet. Don't be surprised if within the next 24 months, 2 years, Roc Nation has some type of problems. It's just too much dominance and too much power. And if too much toes get stepped on for too long, things will have to shift and happen. People will complain. People will have problems. People will go to courts. People will make accusations. And it's only but so long before these feds turn their eyes and say, oh, we could possibly even take over that company and acquire that liquid and possibly get that money and get them out the way. And you got to keep the playing field level too. I'm very familiar with and involved in a court procedure that a litigation officer ruled on based on shutting out competition. There's laws that prevent that, keeping equal competition available, because that's what invokes and provokes consumers. Okay, like there's only but so many things Android and Apple can do to each other, right? Or say about each other. There's certain levels where it's just like, no, the consumer has the right to have options. This is real legal law shit. I've been in the midst of some of it. It's like saying, I want to freeze you out of the industry. and remove you as an option to the fans. Like, you can't do that. Like, you can't remove RBE for those factors. The fans deserve options legally, right? Android can't just do certain things to have Apple not be a player. BMW can't do that to them and say, you guys do these commercials and say, hey, this drink tastes better and it's Pepsi over Coca-Cola. Fine. We see this type of competitive marketing promotion back and forth. There's stuff that they can get away with that. But you make certain corruptive type of moves that can impact the consumers. Oh, no. Because I'm taxing Apple. I'm getting billions of dollars of tax money. We're talking the government now per year. And you want me to, I'm the government. So I win from both Apple and Android being here. It's not going to happen. There's laws to protect that. So absolute domination and absolute power eventually can work against you. So Roc Nation's reputation is beyond preceding them. And Nicki Minaj has a voice. Nicki Minaj can absolutely be a catalyst to sparking a flame to people starting to turn their heads. I couldn't make these tweets and people would pay attention to Roc Nation, but Nicki Minaj can. And now she's talking to fucking women. Roc Nation, clean up your file cabinets, B. Be careful. Careful. 24 months, man. I wouldn't be shocked. All right. Another short one. We got the conclusion to Cash Out's trial. Unfortunate for him. Atlanta News First. The jury reached a verdict in this week's long, and that's all it was? Oh, in weeks long. I thought they was about to say 1 week. I was like, that's it? In weeks long sexual trafficking trial of Cash Out, an Atlanta-based rapper, on Friday. John Michael Gibson, the rapper's real name, was found guilty on several counts, including pimping, and aggravated sodomy. Ooh. He was, well, obviously that's probably tied into the R allegation. He was found guilty on 2 sex trafficking counts and not guilty on the third. So they had multiple sex trafficking for whatever reasons and details in them. 1 got tossed and 2 stood. Probably different individuals. Similar to like, do we agree that Diddy is guilty of sex trafficking as it relates to Cassie? Do we also agree that or disagree that Diddy is guilty or not guilty in sex trafficking as it relates to Jane? So that's what I assume there. There may have been 3 different examples, 3 different people, 2 of which was like, yep, that's sex trafficking and prostitution. And the other one was probably like, nope, that's his down ass, that's his girlfriend. Or, you know, say that's his Cassie. Allegedly. Wow. The reminders of how the world continues to apply pressure to you to find your way and to maintain your way. We spoke about some of this yesterday when we had like that real moment of just working hard and busting your ass until you can't anymore, until you retirement ready or retirement home ready. Work, grind. As long as you are mentally and physically capable, get out there and get to it. Because this guy is 10 times more famous than a lot of people that we're listening to on the internet right now, right? Just even because of his smash hit. Fast forward, was he able to, just maintain from music? No, they got him sex trafficking and pimping and all this type of stuff now. People got to find means, that moment that you have in the industry, that moment that you have in battle rap, that moment that you have with that one movie, we see a million times, man. Keep grinding, people. All of us, keep grinding. And once again, that's the problem with Aye Verb, man. He's looking around trying to figure out what to do with his life because he's a low life and he's just he don't work, he don't grind, and he's in a shitty situation. He's over here running around getting evicted from cribs and whatnot. So it's a shame. Those are the people as they're trying to figure out who they can sue and how they can find their way. Do what Cash Out did, man, or do what Sean Kingston. Go Verb, just go sell some TVs, or there's no disrespect to people that sell TVs, but go sell some TVs. Go pimp. Go find you a down ass chick or a down ass man. and go figure out something, man. Like sitting on your ass all day in spaces and on Twitter, waiting to see if you could fish out a lawsuit from VH1 or MTV or some shit ain't gonna work for you, buddy. And so you got to get out there and go work. Because I know YouTube, and what you and Sandy is over there uploading, it ain't gonna work. I could see why, your bills ain't getting paid. And even my viewership, which is more than yours, I couldn't live off of this YouTube channel. Fuck no, hell no. I gotta cut this stream off, hit the gym, and then go hit the road. Hit the road, B. Go work. Go earn, bitch, boy. Go earn something. Go earn, nigga. I brought this video up here that I'm about to pull up because it made me think of Verb. It really did. I didn't even put him in a thumbnail today, people. I didn't, right? But this dead made me think of fucking Aye Verb, this video right here. I don't know why, but let's check it out.
About being on the internet, these type of shits live on forever. And that's just something I have to be okay with because it happened. I did it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's ultimately my fault. I got to take accountability. I'm the one who did that bullshit. You feel me? How I really look at it is like it was really more so a message from God. Like, this is where, like, look what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my gay niggas. I'm sure there's some gay niggas in chat because there's mad niggas in here. Y'all are great. That's the thing about being on the internet.
All right. So the context there is the streamer PlaqueBoymax responds after fans find his old profile on a men-only dating app, admits it was part of his past, and says he's changed since then. The reason why I have so much respect for PlaqueBoymax in this video is, he's not coming out and saying, look, I'm gay, or I used to be gay, or like, he didn't say that. There's a little bit of alluding to, because he's talking about change since then. So how do you want me to interpret that you were on male dating sites, male only dating sites, and then since then you say you changed? There's only but so many ways I can interpret that. But being able to stand on it and be like, yeah, I did that, and was me or is me, and I changed since then, or what? Cool. Now let's all move on. There's nowhere else to go with after that. The man said, I did that. That's my profile, whatever, and I've changed since then. Okay. Now, if you're a woman that engages him, you could figure out what you need to figure out. What you could ask him that question in private. What do you mean by change since then? Are you saying that you're only into women now? Like, he's putting it out there for us. And he's standing his shit. There's nowhere to go after that. There's nothing to diss him about. There's nothing to hate on him about. So what? And that's what the whole culture just wants Aye Verb to do. Just come on out that fucking closet, and then there's nowhere else for people to go. Nobody could dish you after. Nobody could say nothing, because you're just like, listen, man, that's my cup of tea. That's what I want. That's what I did, or I'm a changed man now. Like, Verb could say that, and we'd be like, all right, whatever, man. Do what you do. There would be no gay bashing. Like, none of us want to get canceled. Like, that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, he even said shout out to his gay people in the chat. Like, I'm pretty sure he's even going to have an increased audience now, PlaqueBoymax. Right? A lot of women, female artists, capitalize on the gay demographic. Beyonce does heavily. She has like a lot of gay dancers and all that, men wigged up and whatnot behind her in a lot of her shows in the past, right? I think Nikki Minaj, to a degree, caters towards her gay demographic. What men do? What men that aren't gay, allegedly, cater still to a gay demographic? I'm trying to think. I can't remember any right now. But yeah, I think Beyonce and Nicki Minaj are two big examples of catering to a gay demographic, and it will bolster your fan base. You don't want to be the baby and denounce those people, because you see what happened to his career after that, right? He got slapped around badly. You had the Elton Johns of the world that would not come out and say, wait, what? You don't want to go through that. But shout out to PlaqueBoymax, man. Reach out to the battle rapper Aye Verb and give him some advice of how to man up and just accept who you are. Here goes a checks and balances exclusive. One of our members in the checks and balances chat made a verb video. Now this isn't one that was entered into the contest. I think this just dropped in our chat like yesterday. Oh my god, you're really honing in there on the 150 square foot apartment. Yeah, because you could see the door, you could see all four walls and everything. This is his interview with 3 Letter, I guess. Okay. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna have to go into the checks and balances chat. What are you implying by all this? Is this audio in the background while he's off camera that people are saying is something suspect? Put that in the checks and balances chat for me. What is this audio in the background that you're playing supposed to be of? It's going over my head. Hold on. He thought he was live. Aye Verb says Aye Verb exposed, and he said he thought he was live. Oh, he thought his live was offline. So what was happening in the background? 3, you was doing this interview. What was you hearing? It says, is that a man getting racked by what? Wait, what? I swear I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention to this video the first time I played it at this level. Like, wait, what? You saw how I introed it. I thought the 3 Letter Man clip was about his small apartment on 17 acres. But we're talking about while he was off camera, he thought his shit was offline and there's something happening in the background. Now that I read the text on the screen. Oh, I thought this video was about something totally different. What the fuck is going on? 3. Front is 3. Is 3 in the chat? Is 3 in the chat? 3 front and center. I'm about to send you the link to this. You might have to come join this stream. Is 3 in this fucking chat right now? I'm scrolling up. 3, are you here? Don't duck. If you in this chat, don't hide now. Is 3 in the chat? What the fuck? I don't see 3 in the chat to his defense. I'm scrolling up. I don't see 3 in the chat to his defense. What was happening while he was off camera? You was sitting there waiting, 3. The fuck is going on?
Want to go there? I'm the only nigga that has 17 acres of land around this bitch, growing his own. Bloomy. Showed you who dick kind of had him. Y'all wouldn't even believe that shit. Y'all wouldn't even believe that shit. Dick, at my butt, boy. Oh my God, Pat. Oh my God, Pat. Oh my God, Pat. Oh my God, Pat.
God, Pat. Y'all, listen, I want y'all to understand. I'm not trolling, y'all. This is literally from the checks and balances chat. You see in the background, you see how it's gray. I'm on the checks and balances chat, and then I pull the video up. It's literally from the checks and balances chat. It goes up in the checks and balances chat too, man. 3 Letter, shoot me a tweet or something, or DM or a text message or something. What was going on while you was interviewing Aye Verb right there? What the fuck was going on? I don't know, man. I don't know. But all right, I got another video of Aye Verb. Now, this is an exclusive. And it breaks my heart to bring this video up here. It really, really breaks my heart. I'm I want you guys to understand, Aye Verb has always paraded around as a rapper / battle rapper, right? That's not his real profession. Now, what landed in my hands yesterday is the real footage of Aye Verb at his real job. And I could have put this in a title to fully expose him and say, I got the footage, Verb. Like, I told you, stop playing with me. But for anybody that hung around to the end of the stream, you just never know what we're going to do for the people that drop off early, man. And I'm going to play some exclusive footage of Aye Verb at his real job and how he acts while he's at his real job. So, turns out that Aye Verb is actually a barber, right? There's nothing wrong with being a barber. But this type of barber.
Get your whole ass off of me, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? Stop. Get your damn finger out my mouth. Whoa, what? Damn, nigga! Come on, nigga!
Damn, what the fuck is you doing, bro? Fuck you rubbing on me like that, bro? You rubbing on me like I'm your girl, bro? Damn, man, stop, bro. Damn, really? Oh, damn. Oh. The fuck?
Get your whole ass off of me, bitch.
So I told y'all I found the footage of Aye Verb and what he does for a living. It is what it is, man. Try not to judge, man. But damn, man. Really taking advantage of your clients, man. You might want to slow that down, man. Let me come over to the chat before we go to our movies and music. Or to the supers and everything. So we saw HLS and G give 5 memberships to Gang Green team over here. Dope. But this is mega. Jay is out here tripping with y'all. Shout out to Jay, our member and our mod. She just blessed the chat with 20 memberships plus 5 plus 751 this morning. She tossed out 20, and at 7:55 she came back and said, nah, I like the number 25. It's more square. Jay is turning up for y'all. Are you out there catching these gifts, people, and these memberships, man? Hold on to them for as long as possible, because like I said, we even got some battles on the way. I'm going to start booking Full Circle, and I got a battle that I just sponsored. It's going down in October. And then, like, as soon as the event is over, I should be having the footage edited and uploaded for y'all. But yeah, we even got some battles coming, closing out the year. So Green Team, we got more exclusives closing out the year. We got y'all. Shout out to Don Bean as well, gifted a membership on the channel. Between round, what was y'all having a gifting membership war? Is that what was happening in the chat? Between Rounds TV dropped 5 off. HLS and G gifted another 5. It was a membership war in there. Is that what was happening? Shout out to everybody dropping these memberships, B. Everybody dropping these memberships is so dope, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all went up today. Miss Abby's here with us. She said people constantly telling themselves. You're probably talking about the, let me see what time this was. It was 8:01, 45 minutes ago. You might be talking about Tee Grizzley and they're doing that interview. And I think that was a very, very interesting point to say. If he said all those same exact things, so he just changed the person that was asking him and the location of where he was at from somebody's couch or living room to an interrogation room, it wouldn't be good, right? So if the trial is still going for this one of these shooters and it's an open case for this murder, I wouldn't have any interviews about it, right? That's a lesson learned. But yeah, shout out to Miss Abby in the building. Don Bean with another. Yeah, y'all are warring in the chat today. I see what's going on. Kay got in on the action, gifted a membership. Sean got in on the action, gifted 5. 2 clean Johns got in on the action and gifted 1. There might have been 50 memberships that went out in today's stream, people. And you got to be here to catch them. You got to be on the streams and the live streams to catch them. Like 50 memberships went out today. Green team ain't playing. Shout out to everybody that got in on that, man. Dope to see. Team effort. Jay said, why play with your life acting like you're cheating? Yeah. With some women. There's some women fuck around trying to kill you, right? But I ain't playing with them. I'm cool. Then again, I don't know. Would I do a prank like that? A cheating prank? I might. I did one when I was young, as a matter of fact. Yeah, shout out to May. I did do one when I was young. Yo, hey, you watch UFC? Yes, sir. I do. Nowhere near as much as I used to. Ever since, it's almost like boxing to me. Like, I'm a big boxing fan. I'm a big UFC fan. But I lost all of my stars that I was super in tune with. You know, when you talk about the Anderson Silvas and the St. Pierres and the Tank Abbotts, and I know Tank Abbott is even the era before that, the Rampage Jacksons and the Iceman, like all these guys is like, it was like a golden era in UFC. And they got some stars today. But it's just like boxing. Like boxing has like 3 people that stop everything. You know, you got Tank, you got Bud, you still got Canelo and their fighters coming up. You got a couple of names where the world stops. But we used to have 50 to 100 people that stop everything when they fight in boxing. Everything. You know, the Barreras, the fucking Marquezes, the Pacquiaos, the Mayweathers, the De La Hoyas, even some of the smaller guys that were just interesting, and they weren't even that great talent-wise. The Mayorgas, like, say Tarvers and Joneses, and the heavyweight division when they was going crazy. You had the Klitschko brothers and Tyson and Lennox Lewis, and it was just crazy. And now it's like far and few. So yeah, I'm tapped in, but nowhere near I used to be as much. We got Craig OG. Our member says, some say Layla ducked and Wolf back in 2004. I mean, well, she's back now, B. 18 years removed at 47 years old. About to fight a 30-year-old. We're going to see. Tay Smith says, ARP, are you going to talk about UMG subpoena? Checks and balances as well as me. Did I miss that? I won't cover it now. I'll cover it tomorrow. UMG subpoenas Kendrick Lamar. Really? They did? UMG moves to subpoena Kendrick Lamar. UMG could subpoena. All right, this is 17 hours ago. UMG could subpoena Drake and Kendrick Lamar to testify. I see that. UMG wants to subpoena Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I'll give you a quick pre-coverage, but I'll look more into it for tomorrow morning stream. It makes sense. And UMG subpoenaing Kendrick to testify is going to be them in cahoots together. You know? I would be surprised that you even have to subpoena him. Well, then again, because if UMG reaches out to Kendrick or his manager and says, hey, man, we want you to come testify at court, Kendrick probably be like, listen, man, I'm being sued or something like that. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm staying over here. I fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? But I'm on tour. I'm minding my business. No, but for this, Drake won $700 million. You got to come show up for us. You got to come talk some shit for us. Subpoena, you know? I'll dig more into that news, and we'll talk about it on tomorrow's stream. So appreciate you, Tay. Our member Don Bean says, ARP, I had a feeling you were trolling. Yeah, the Verb Barber one? Yeah, I was trolling. A nigga like Verb will find that video, and he'll be like, this is really ARP. Like, he's that corny. He put up a tweet, I think yesterday, saying that I helped a hitman get his house. He's such a fucking clown. He's a man that literally is willing to say anything. He has zero credibility. Zero. True boy who cried wolf, man. True boy. Like, I help Holla get his house. That's another hate one on the low. Like, Holla actually has a mortgage and owns a home. Right? So anytime somebody has something that he doesn't have, he has to find a way to justify. I had that real quick. I'll give y'all that. I had that conversation last night with my boy Dr. God. We was on the phone. And one of the points I was making, I was just like, yo, it's crazy that there's people in this world that the only way they can justify somebody obtaining certain levels of success or assets that they don't have is something that has to be lottery level that came in. Right? Like if you want to play basketball and then your classmate ends up being Michael Jordan, you're the classmate that says his father paid off the recruiter, you know? Or if somebody you know from the past or you grew up with, you turn around and they own a mansion now. You say, oh, they must have hit the lottery. Right? Or if you are out here getting evicted from 150 square foot apartments, but the person that you claim to be better than and before and all of this, over in battle rap owns a home and his driveway is flooded with all these foreign vehicles, it's ARP got you the house. It's sick. It's a very, very strong level of jealousy. Where it's like that video that I played yesterday. ARP's father, Guyanese father, is some real estate mogul and gave him everything, all this type of shit. You have to find a way to say something. It's like a lottery level type of. That's the only way. In your eye, and when I see people move like that or say things like that, it shows me how fucked up they are, not just mentally but in life. Like they have nothing. There's no way, because if you have some forms of success, like let's say something small, like you got a car, right? You buy your first car. When you see somebody else buy their first car, it doesn't make you feel like, oh shit, how did you do that? It must have been given to you from a rich uncle. Like, no, because like I bought a car before. Like it's not the hardest thing in the world to do. Like I applied myself and I earned a living and I went, even if you financed it, you know what I'm saying? Got a little fucking bank credit about me and went and financed a car. Put $3,000 down and got me a little Honda Accord. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying? You don't feel crazy about it, right? But the people that they live like shit, or they have shit to their name, or they gotta call people to borrow $600, and then they want to act like they a big deal on the internet. When they see somebody else with it, that you thought I was your peer in these levels, and I'm nowhere near your peer in those areas. We're nowhere near the same bracket in those areas. The only thing that we are close to each other in is from a battle rap peer standpoint. League owner, battle rapper. Battle rap fan, battle rap fan. We're both fans of battle rap. We both love battle rap as the culture. We both are invested in battle rap. That's the only thing that we are aligned in. Nothing else is close. Nothing that you and I have done in our lifetime is close. Anything in its Buzz Lightyears. All right. So I get it. You think you have a read on me outside of battle rap, but you have to apply the lottery ticket to it. It's impossible because I didn't stood on the same stages as ARP 20 times. I had conversations with him, cool with him. Me and him as buddies at a time and all this type of shit. And here we are fast forwarding our lives, and I'm so fucked up. There's no way ARP is doing okay unless he had $1 million scratch-off ticket. It's sick. It's jealousy. It's sad. It's hate. And your mind is warped. You never learned that people could actually work and earn because you never did it for yourself. It's unfortunate, man. And I don't want those low lives around me anymore in my life. I never want to be in the same room as Aye Verb ever again, because that's my new thing for Aye Verb. I think he's a low life. I think he's a low life. Like the way he acts based on where he is in life, I think he's a low life. So that's my thing for him. Hashtag low life for Aye Verb. I don't want to ever be in the same room as him again. And technically, unless it's battle rap related, based on the type of man he is, we really don't belong in the same rooms at all. I don't even belong talking about him, to be honest. But that has been one of my shortcomings. Too transparent, too accessible. That's been one of my shortcomings, I admit. Go to timeout right now. Don Bean with another super. Another one here from Don Bean says, there's no battling, Jolie. Oh shit, yeah, y'all was going to war now. I ain't gonna lie. All right, music, and then I'll do movies. Music wise, I said fuck it. Let me bring this up because I knew we was doing the Claressa Shields and Layla Ali topic. So it made me think about music. And is three letter man still not here, right? I just want to do a count backwards from more recent to the origins and just show him once again how different we are, right? Oh my God, Pap. That's Aye Verb. Oh my God. Street Sweepers, the fourth quarter assassin. We're going backwards now. Bed-Stuy Do or Die. Street Sweepers. Rest in peace, K-Slay. DJ K-Slay, Street Sweepers. Second place is First Loser. Pap. What do we got here? The $1.5 million man. Pap. The Boys in the Hood. He got a track on here over the Boys in the Hood song or instrumental. Instrumental. That's dope. You know, K-Slay in here with the 8-ball throwback leathers and all that. Yep. 3. Were you outside during this time? Do you know anything I'm showing you right now? Probably not. What's this one? A Threat and a Promise. Remember this one? Menace to Society Part 2. Jesus Christ, we're still going. Unfinished Business. Jesus, ARP really had all of this shit going on? What's this one? A Bootlegger's Nightmare. Everybody bootlegging around these times, all the piracy and everything. A Bootlegger's Nightmare. This is Mixtape Murder. I say some of the illest y'all heard of. Yeah. Who remembers? Remember the track Charades? That was kind of more of a intellectual message type of song. Charades? Was you there? Was anybody there? No? Yes? No? The Underground King. At the time, he was. He was. This one right here is My Own Burn. Moment of Silence. This is a classic too. Election Day. Election Day. This was the first one that I ever grabbed from. No, this is the second tape I ever grabbed from him, but it was the first one that I knew that was from K-Slay, I think. Beast from the East. And I think before that, this is a burn. The Art of War. I think this was before he got with K-Slay. I think that was like the very, very first. But this is an incredible library. When you go across his library of music, Pap, and all of his features, you see he's worked with almost half the fucking industry. It's incredible. But you gotta like look through all of these track lists and be like, yo, this guy fucking Pap. He had a very, very strong run when he was really at the forefront and had all that major buzz going on. And some of us were in tune. Some of us were following every moment of it and listening to all of his shit. Boy, I tell you. ARP3 is here. So why didn't he pop out when we was asking for him about that interview? I'm gonna leave him alone for now. It's all good. Shout out to 3. Movies. This one was inspired by a tribute because in the checks and balances chat, somebody put a video of Bruce Willis. I think he's like 70 years old now or something. And they're saying, he has like a dementia condition. And they're saying his dementia now has reached a level where he doesn't even remember his own fame. That's sad to hear, man. And that he doesn't even understand like why paparazzi follows him around and stuff. Like somebody put that in checks and balances this morning. And he is one of our goats. You know what I'm saying? He's one of our goats. Live free, die hard. I think this is a classic. The one after this that came out that supposedly played the character like that was supposed to be his son. I wasn't big on that one. But I think this one you can argue as the best Die Hard. And this is the 4th one in the series. Right? I think you can argue that. This was dope. This was with the whole cyber attack. Right? This is an incredible flick. It's a classic to me. Which one was this? Oh shit, this is a classic. The whole fucking series. The New York shit with Samuel L. Jackson, right? And like that liquid that was explosive, and they was put one of the bombs in a school and shit. This one with Samuel L. Jackson is a classic too. Dope scene when him and Samuel L. Jackson even meet. What was it, in Harlem? And the bomber made Bruce Willis walk around Harlem with a sign on him that's like something. I like niggas or something like that. And Samuel L. Jackson saved his life. That was crazy. This is probably the lesser one of the 4, part 2, but it was dope. The snow shit and the guys that took over the airplane station or whatever, and it was like threatening to crash planes and all that. They did crash 1 or 2 planes, as a matter of fact, right? But his wife turned out to be on one of the planes that was still in the air, circling, running out of gas fuel, while he's down on the ground piecing all this together, going to war and back. Gangster. And of course, the first one. This one, I don't even have it open. Look, it's still sealed. I still got this one sealed in the plastic. Part 1, the introduction. You know what I'm saying? Yippee-ki-yay. That's where it was all born. Yippee-ki-yay. And the masterpiece behind part 1 is it bleeds to the name a lot. Die Hard bleeds, right? Because we see some of these heroes that are like indestructible, right? But this to me was like the first movie hero that showed how much somebody gets fucked up. You know what I'm saying? On their way to victory. Like the scene of him walking across the glass and getting beat up, and he pulled that character off perfectly. Like, man, I'm going through it in this shit. Like, I'm getting shot and stabbed and beat up and glass in my feet and all this. I'm going through it. This shit is not easy. Like, almost like the not failure, but the guy that you just don't expect to save the day, but is just so brave-hearted and smart enough to make his way through. They paint him as being damn near stupid in comparison to the main antagonist, right? Like, he's not even supposed to be as smart as him, but his bravery and his moves just, you know what I mean? But he got fucked up along the way. And then you got, what is it, Carl Winslow, the cop, right? Classic. There's 5 of these, right? And I'm going to say 3 of them are classic. That means that you have a lifetime epic series. If there's 5 installments and 3 of them are classic, can't ask for much else, man. We got to give people the flowers while they're here. We don't want to hear tomorrow something happened to Bruce Willis. And I mean, like, we're going to give him, God forbid, but we would absolutely give him his flowers then too. But while he's still here, we got to give him his flowers. Shout out to Bruce Willis. All right. Yeah, we could do a whole conversation about Jackie Chan. Shout out to Jay. Yeah, y'all with me? Nah, word. Yeah, y'all with me. Y'all with me. Okay, cool. Any last joints that came in? Jay said, Verb is the type of person that is okay with you succeeding as long as it isn't more than him. 100%. 100%. That's one of the big pieces of the personality of like this piece of shit league owner that I don't fuck with. One of them. That was always him. You know, like, oh, I'll fuck with you, I'll fuck with you, I'll fuck with you. And the moment RBE is like, oh, we surpassing, you know, it's just like, I want you to do good, but not better than me. And then you start seeing all the crab in the barrel and the hate and the fake and the lying bullshit. It's just like, oh, you that type of nigga? He's a clown. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing Dr. God was telling me yesterday while I was on the phone too. Same conversation. He was like, yo, I'm glad that you're away from that shit, my nigga, because you already went through a lot of shit, but something even worse than that was going to eventually happen. I agree with him, man. You can't sit in the type of seat that I sat in and not go through a lot of shit in that type of environment, battle rap. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. All right. That's it for Saturday. That felt like a longer stream. Only an hour and 40. That's it. Felt like we was hanging around way more than that. All right. Well, we will be back, kids, tomorrow morning. Checks and balances. I'm about to jump into the chat sometime today. What I got to do right now? I'm going to hop in the gym. I got to hit the supermarket. I got to hit the mall. I got to get the Dick's Sporting Goods because I got to pick up some fishing equipment. That's right. I'm trying to get fishing. I'm trying to get to the pond late this afternoon. Started getting more into fishing. I fished when I was a kid with my mother, and I used to also crab with my mother when I was real, real young. Was it Jones Beach? Was that in Jersey? I forget. I think it was Jones Beach. But did a lot of that when I was a kid with my mom. That was like one of our little getaways, one of our little things that we did as mother-son. And recently I got back into it, kind of bringing it like 360 again. And so back into fishing, and I have experience as a kid. So I'm not even an amateur out there. I'm like right back to damn near, I ain't no pro, but I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like I get to the bait and tackle store. Well, I can't get live bait from Dick's Sporting Goods, but I gotta get a new rod from there. What else do I have to do today? I got some other errands I need to run too. I gotta book this next trip. I'm not even gonna tell y'all where it is yet, but it's fire. I gotta get on the internet and knock that out. And holla at me, man. We gotta buy these tickets. You know what the fuck I was talking about, man. You fuck around and wait too long and prices go up. Yeah, that's it, man. It's gonna be a jam-packed day. I wouldn't be surprised if I get out of this gym by like 10:30 and then get on the road and can't make it back to the crib until like 7 p.m. tonight, maybe. I'll probably get back here like 7 p.m. Then I gotta figure out something to throw on the screen. Nice movie or something. I gotta find a good movie that I haven't seen yet. Something that I can stream. I don't want to go to the movie theater. Something that I could, if I get back here 7 o'clock, take me a little shower, pour me up a glass of wine by like 8 o'clock tonight, and I could be in front of the screen. I need to find something that's on Netflix or Hulu. What else do I have? I have Prime, Amazon Prime. What else do I have? I feel like I got all the major apps, right? But I don't know, tweet me, people. What's something that's out right now that's like a 10 of 10, like a classic movie that's like new? I gotta find something I haven't watched yet. And that's what I want my Saturday night to be. Just kick back and chill out. I ain't going nowhere. Chill out. But all right. Somebody put Do the Right Thing. No, not I see y'all put Dexter in the not a series. And I didn't see Dexter, to be honest. I'm talking about a movie. I want to watch a movie tonight. I need a good movie to put on. Sinners I seen like 4 times. I saw it in the theater, came on here, did a review with y'all and said it's classic, and I've been watching it on first I bought it on Sinners to watch it again, and now it's playing for free on I forget which platform. And I watched it again. I watched like 3-4 times already. I love Sinners. Superman is out. Oh, but I don't want to go to the theater. Shout out to Between Round. I don't want to go to the theater. Superman is out. Is it good? I allowed myself to get ripped off by the last Jurassic Park that came out like 2 weeks ago. Rotten. Let me go Rotten Tomatoes real quick. Let me go to Rotten Tomatoes real quick, man. Let me see what's up with this new Superman. Oh, it's got 83%. Okay. Rotten Tomatoes got it at 83. And the fan reaction at 92. Okay. All right. But damn, I don't want to go to the fucking theater, man. You would think by now all movies come to streaming services to allow you to pay for them. Because it ramped up in COVID. And one of the biggest releases that I've ever seen, Matrix Part 4, debuted straight to streaming apps. You didn't have to go to the theater to see that shit. I thought at that point, and especially post-COVID, that the new trend was official. Like, everything that hits theaters will also be available for purchase on apps. But then again, then you're going to have people with these apps, and then you still want to charge $10, $15 for the movie. I'll pay it. I don't know, man. I'm surprised these movie studios haven't, and producers haven't transitioned all the way to allowing this shit to be available home debut as well. Are movie theaters that much of a stronghold where it's like they'll never go anywhere? People will always want to go to a theater because it's just certain things that we've seen go away. I used to have fun just going to Blockbuster or Palmer Video and walking up and down the aisles to find a DVD to rent. Before it was Netflix and chill, it was Blockbuster night and chill. Okay? And we see that went away. And then you had the little intermediate movement where you can have the DVDs mailed to you. And they had those boxes, like the red boxes or whatever, where it's like a vending machine. You go and rent, and then you could just drop it back off when you're done. And then that's gone. And then DVDs is fizzled out. And you got streaming now. You got these apps. And theaters are still strong. You still got these studios that say, no, my shit is going to theaters first. You want to see Jurassic Park, you want to see Superman, you got to go to the theater. I'm surprised in 2025. But I ain't going to the theater, man. I ain't going. Hateful Eight is a classic. I had it up behind me at one point. Where's Hateful Eight? I got a Hateful Eight picture right there. Hateful Eight is a classic. It's got to be something new, people. Old Guard, I think I've seen that. The Serpent and the White Snake. What's that? Let me go back to Rotten Tomatoes again. You say The Serpent and the White Snake. It's got to be on one of these apps, people. The Serpent and... I'm typing like shit today. And the White Snake. There it is. What's this? Oh, no, that's not it. The Sorcerer and the White Snake. That ain't... Oh, wait. Is this what you're telling me? It's a 2013 movie with Jet Li. I don't think that's what you mean. The Sorcerer and the White Snake with Jet Li? And that on Rotten Tomatoes got 29%, if that's what you're talking about. I ain't risking my night with 25%. I can't do that. KX said Old Guard won. Second is mid and incomplete. Let me see if I saw that. Old Guard. I gotta respect KX's opinion. Hold on. Old Guard. Not 2. It's got 2 up here. Old Guard. Came out in 2020. It's an action film. It's got 80% on Rotten Tomato. Okay. This is one option for me if it's on one of these. It's on Netflix. Okay, good. All right, this is an option for me. I'm going to replay this stream tonight to remember the ones that I'm pulling up in the chat. People saying Superman is fire. That's dope to see. I ain't fucking with Fantastic Four. I never really cared for Fantastic Four too much. I don't like the way the trailers is looking. Yeah, I seen Animatrix. I got the DVD over there. Major fights today? Who's fighting tonight? Damn, I forgot again. I keep tripping. Who is fighting tonight? I might switch to that instead of a movie. Hold on. But are we talking UFC or boxing? Oh, Pacquiao's fighting tonight. Okay. How old is Pacquiao? Just like Layla Ali popped in my mind earlier. How old is Manny? He's 46 years old. He looks like a guy that's always taking care of himself, though. I might watch that. Yeah, there's a large card too. What time is that coming on? 8 p.m. Eastern. That means Manny's probably gonna fight like 11, 12 o'clock tonight or some shit. I might watch this. Okay. All right. So I got some good options. I appreciate y'all reminding me of that one. No, never. I never smoked weed once in my life. I went to Amsterdam and had a weed brownie. Just out of hanging out and like, fuck it, let me try it at a wild ass smoke shop that was playing Avatar on one of the levels in a whole blacklit movie theater to trip you out. And I had my brownie in there and I passed out and I woke up and I was just like, yo, hey, we leaving. What? Never smoked weed once in my life, though. It's not for me. Yeah, VHS. I still got a bunch of VHS. I'm still looking at what's the amateur? I think I saw that going around. I'm really just putting this on a video so that I can come replay the shit later. The amateur. Oh, I did see this this cover with Lawrence Fishburne. It's got 61% on Rotten Tomatoes, but the popcorn meter is 88%. Brilliant but deeply introverted decoder for the CIA working out of a basement office and headquarters, whose life is turned upside down when his wife is killed in a London terrorist attack. When his supervisors refuse to take action, he takes matters into his own hands, embarking on a dangerous trek across the globe to track down those responsible, his intelligence serving as an ultimate weapon for eluding his pursuers and achieving his revenge. I think I did see that trailer. So he's like a geeky guy, but he knows how to like make like bombs and shit like that and whatnot, I think, right? That's a great option for me. I don't like the 61%, but 61 on Rotten Tomatoes ain't bad at all. You don't get a splat for that on Rotten Tomatoes. You get a tomato for that. All right. Thank you. So I got a fight. I got the amateur. And I got that other one with Shorty. So far, I think y'all got me situated. I think I'm good. I think I can't watch everything in one night, right? I think I got 3. Salute, Jess. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a second. How you been, love? Yeah, I think I got 3. I'm good. Thank you. I'm glad I hung around for a couple extra minutes, man. Ask some questions. I'm kind of a little annoyed. I ain't gonna lie that y'all saying Superman is good, and then it had that type of rating on fucking Rotten Tomatoes, and I don't want to go to the theater. Maybe I'll go to the theater tomorrow to see Superman. Then I might go tomorrow. I just ain't going tonight. I got too much running around to do. But all right, y'all. Appreciate everybody for stopping through today, this morning. 9:20 a.m. Shout out to everybody that's grinding today. Got work to do, errands to run today, family, feed up today, relax after the long, hard week. Whatever is going on with you today, shout out to you. But we are here Saturday morning, and a lot of us got to get moving, including me. So I'll catch y'all back ASAP. And don't forget, go check out that K-Shine interview that I did last night. If you haven't seen it yet, he was definitely talking his talk. Looking forward to him coming with his card August 2nd. But that card, that interview from last night, it might hype you up, and he definitely clarifies some certain things. We talk our talk, touch on some controversial topics as well, y'all. So check that interview out. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. I got y'all.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry Street Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without, I think still got a gun.